mentioned, Gaddy and Ward. They may have to cement these guys. They're already set in their ways. They know what they have to do. They're not going to get thrown off just because somebody's still there.
It was targeted for his head. James Toney's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Keep working the chin. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Toney able to block it away. Tonight. You know, Teddy, I think maybe more so than any other sport, boxing fans are not just passionate about it, but they are smart and savvy. They know the game inside and out.
Well, they follow the contestants. They do understand the parameters of the game. And you know what? They come here and they kind of demand from those fighters the performance that they expect from them. They expect a guy to box. You hear them every once in a while saying, hey, come on, you know, let's get that jab working. They act like coaches sometimes.
We always see great athletes week in and week out, but Teddy, what sport do you think can produce the best boxers?
Well, believe it or not, basketball. Everybody would say football. We saw Too-Tall Jones. He got demolished by little guys. We saw Gastineau. He got demolished. We saw Highsmith. He got demolished. A lot of football players haven't done well. But basketball players, they have the physical skill sets where they can make a pretty good fighter. Of course, you have to get a guy that mentally is adjusted.
That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by James Toney. Nothing there on the punch by Lights Out. End of this round. Joe and Teddy sitting ringside with you. Give us time to reflect on the bigger picture of boxing. You know, it was interesting. We had a fan walk up to you earlier today and say, hey, I know you learned everything from the legendary Punch D'Amato, the great trainer. And he said to you, what's the one thing you took away from all your years with Cubs? What did you say?
Well, it wasn't a paycheck. I'll tell you that much. Because Cubs didn't believe in paying you for that. He said you're going to college, you're getting a valuable education, and you're not even being forced to pay a tuition. So I understood that. We worked 7 days a week, so there was no union. Cubs believed in working on Sundays, so you couldn't go complain and say I'm being overworked. But I think, seriously, that the most important thing that I learned, of course, that from a technical standpoint, you have to be really secure in those areas. No matter how much talent a fighter has, you have to teach him the fundamentals, but mentally, you have to understand that a fighter's really always under fear. And you have to understand those dimensions, those parameters, and you have to be able to find a way to get in there, understanding how he feels mentally, and understanding how that can impair his judgment, stop him from doing simple physical things.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Calzaghe's cut is on the cheek, and you can see that's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. Round comes to an end here. Glad you've joined us ringside. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas on another night at the fight for with you all year long, every step of the way, as is our crew. And the guys just don't get enough credit sitting back there in the production truck, but they make all this happen, Teddy.
Yeah, they do. Of course, Rick, Robbie, Mike, all you guys, Brian, Scott, Russ. We appreciate you doing all the difficult work while we get a chance to sit out here and enjoy the fun part. And by the way, you guys, after we just said that, you guys are picking up the tab tonight.
James Toney's got some swelling that now you figure his opponent's going to target. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counter punches. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Don't stay in one spot.
Halfway through round number 4. Getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter. And that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
He just missed that shot up